City announcements have been counting down to tonight's closing ceremony, which will be led by Mayor Riko Triputra Bayu AS. Beyond the vinyl medal count, the program is packed with live attraction and a public lucky draw with major prizes up for grabs, including motorcycle, television, refrigerator, and bicycle. All mean to keep family on the field past sunset. The head of Koni Medan has amplified the invitation, telling athletes to show up in force for team photo and reserve the community thanks. Coverage throughout the week has highlighted district by district rivalries across dozens of sports, from handball and basketball to chess and volleyball. Organizers are now leaning on that neighborhood pride to fill the love for the final. Traffic advisories has been issued with officials encouraging the use of public transport as parking around Lapangan Merdeka will be tight. For sponsors, tonight is also the last big impression with board and award backdrop ready for the family and crew who have supported these athletes for months. City Hall has spread the show with reminder the sport is a year-round project. Following forecast, the Youth and Sport Office plan to hold clinic and selection meet to roam citywide squad. For school, the ask is to keep after-class practice slot open so kids don't lose their momentum. And for parents, the energy tonight is the best possible note to sign their children up for the next season. From Medan, the Media Publication News Team reporting from WhatsApp today. The announcement confirmed the end of Clifford tenure less than a year after it began, while reaching the fourth round qualifying marked a historic step for the men's national team. Recent debate to Saudi Arabia and Iraq ultimately closed the door on the 2026 campaign. In Indonesia, the debate has quickly pivoted to accountability and the faith forward. Assistant and technical staff took to social media and notes of thanks and frustration. Many who worked under Clifford departed as a group, and their message shared consistent theme. Pride in the squad growth, regret after the small margin that led to debate, and hope the program can build on its recent gains. Meanwhile, analysts like Justin Laksamana argue that the team player selection and in-game tactic never fully settled, calling for a top-to-bottom review by the Federation. PSSE statement have framed the decision as part of comprehensive evaluation, with a focus on development pathway for younger players. The next step will likely to be name an interim coach, set clear criteria for a permanent hire, and publish a technical report on the work and what did not. For supporters, transparency on those steps matters just as much as the next big-name coach. The player meanwhile face a short turnaround before regional victories and their domestic league commitment. From Jakarta, the Media Publication News Team reporting from WhatsApp today. The victim, identified as 22 years old Anti Puspita Sari, was found in a room at the Hotel Landosis last Saturday afternoon. Initial report places signs of violence. A joint police task force meticulously traced movement captured on camera in the area and cross-checked them with messages and calls from the victim phone. By midweek, officer has arrested a man identified as Ferbianto in a neighboring district. Police say the suspect sustained alleged wound during the arrest after resenting and is now under medical supervision before further interrogation. Authorities have briefed that early statement from the suspect suggests to have a right to meet via a social media app and that an argument escalated once they were inside the room. Investigators caution that this is just one part of a broader chain of events they still working to verify to forensic. The case has returned resident, especially because the victim was reportedly several weeks pregnant. Police will rely on autopsy results and a minute-by-minute timeline to support charges that could include premeditated murder and theft. In response, community groups are calling on the hotel to tighten ID check and improve camera coverage on guest floor. The family investigator recommended basic safety protocol for any pre-arranged meeting, verify identities, share live location with a trusted contact, and have a friend on standby. The message is one of prevention alongside prosecution. From Palembang, the Media Publication News Team reporting for WhatsApp today. UI leadership say its appeal challenged a pair of October court ruling that lifted sanctions originally imposed on March 7 against the supervisor of Bahlil Lahadalia doctoral dissertation. Those sanctions include teaching restriction and career process delay. The university's stance is that the court did not fully consider all the material facts, including potential conflict between the supervisor institutional rules and the candidate from public office. Earlier this year, we clarified that Bahlil himself still has several semesters to revise his dissertation, an academic remedy that runs on a separate track from the injury into his supervisor conduct. The case has been closely watched, with alumni petition arguing torture measures to uphold the university academic standard. The dispute represents a rare public clash between academic governance and administrative law. UI now seeks to re-establish its authority over internal ethics enforcement. If the appeal success, the sanction could be reinstated. If not, the universities may still fear stricter internal rules to prevent future conflict, such as mandatory external exam for doctoral candidates. Either way, UI insisted the academic integrity, not personality, is what is at stake. From Depok, the media publication news team reporting for SIB today. A plan will trim roughly 6% of the company's global workforce, with about 12,000 white-collar roles to be phased out and another 4,000 manufacturing positions consolidated. Management framed the cut as a necessary fuel for reinvestment into high-growth category where profit margin need dividing. The moves come as the company reports steady organic sales growth, driven largely by freezing in coffee and confectionery, even as curry, function, and distribution issues in China have dragged down its headline number. The result followed a period of significant. The trial centered on provincial. The incident in Lebak, Banten began on October 10 when the SMA 1 Simark headmaster converted the student. Viral video of the aftermath triggered a mass walkout by hundreds of students, and the headmaster's initial administrative removal pending a full review. As temper cooled, provincial officials stepped in to stabilize the situation. The local education office returned that both smoking on campus and violence in school are clear breaches of the rules. By midweek, mediation has produced a public peace. The student family and the headmaster exchanged apologies, and schooling returned to normal. But the conversation then pivoted to a large question: what discipline is legitimate, and when should police get involved? In a widely shared message, Teddy Mulyadi argued that parents entrust teachers to educate and should not criminalize them for sanctions that fall within reasonable bounds, while emphasizing that outright violence is never acceptable. His view resonated that many teachers who fear that formal complaints are replacing crucial conversation. Officials have stressed the importance of process, with documented corrective step by step, clear escalation to counseling for repeat offense, and transfer of no-violent sanction. After the successful mediation, discussion reportedly began about the headmaster's potential reinstatement as the province weighed the outcome. Authorities say the next step will be formalize a written discipline charter so that boundaries are visible to everyone before the next incident occurs. From Lebak, the media publication news team reporting for SIB today. The trial centered on provincial route contact for 2024 to 2025 with PT Dalihan Natolu, or DNG, at the heart of alleged big ringing and illegal payout. In testimony this week, DNG treasurer described a clear pattern of transfer routed to officials to secure tender ones and variable project supervision. One hearing produced a granular visual detailing that was described as a customer split, a slice for provincial public worship, another for a regional unit head, and a smaller portion for commitment officer and project overseers. Judges pressed witnesses on inconsistency between their initial interview and live testimony, while the prosecution medically present bank record to substantiate the money trail. The court heard names of officials and amount in the million and billion of rupiah, including past public world leaders now under scrutiny. The bench reaction, at times taking their hand at the sheer scale of the illicit grab, became its own headline. The defense has argued that not all transfers were tied to prosecution favor, but the prosecution's strategy is completed when building a case on overlapping witnesses' testimony, bank evidence, and a clear timeline. Court is also probing whether intermediaries were used to cash off funds before they reached their final recipients. Upcoming seasons are expected to call more officials to the stand, cross-checking contact award dates against transfer record. If proven, this case is already mapping out an informal text that was left on public road before the first layer of the asphalt was ever laid. From Medan, the media publication news team reporting for WhatsApp Today.